Okay, so preparing to write your gravity underscore, you want to make sure you have the right sounds, instruments. You've used all of the different techniques that we've talked to you about, so diminished chords, using chromatic scales, all of the notes on the keyboard, that is, using interesting rhythms that we looked at the very beginning of the term, okay, and thinking about how you're going to create a really dramatic underscore that can tell the listener, the viewer, what's happening just by the sounds you've created. So I create a song. I'm just going to just show you what I might do and think about. And we're in space, aren't we? So I probably don't want a keyboard. What I probably want is something like some kind of synth, maybe one of these arpeggiated synths, so I can hear the sound. Sounds good. I like that. I'm going to keep going back. I might also have some strings in there as well. Because it sounds really good to have strings, I think. So you could have the strings here like this, or you could, in fact, what I might do is instead of having strings like that, I might go back to this page here, and you can actually have strings from other. You can have strings sustain, I would say, is a good one. Okay, and then you can create your sound there. That's a good way of doing it. And then you'll also use the keyboard as well. So you use strings there. I could also maybe go for another synthesizer, maybe synth pad, maybe ethereal rhythm, just to try and evoke that feeling of space. Let's have a listen to that. I'm going to use the keyboard all the time, just so that I'm really used to playing on the keyboard, and I would be using a MIDI keyboard anyway in school, so that works well. I might also have some other orchestral instruments, or I might even start to add in some percussion instruments actually. Maybe I could add in a percussion instrument here as well. So maybe either acoustic drums, you could use smart drums if you wanted. It doesn't have to be anything from here. I've used different things in the past. I've used this coffee shop one before. I've used this Chinese kit too. Yeah, but you might want to use something a bit more electronic. So I might want to use one of these electronic drum kits, classic drum machine. Okay, so I might start also by adding a bass guitar too. I'm just thinking about the sound that I might want. Okay, so I've got a few instruments there, and I've got a few ideas of what I might have. Just get rid of the piano for the moment, because I don't think I want that particularly. What we're going to do is I'm going to just start to create maybe like a little pattern that I can have underneath that's going to start to build up the excitement. So if I go back to the screen, I can have a look and see what's happening at 2:19.
Help him, man! No, don't wait for us.
Okay, so debris is kind of falling there a little bit. I'll just take it back a tiny bit. So I can see something's happening. There's some tension happening, going on. They're trying to escape. Still, we're at 2:28. Someone's about to fall away. Lots of debris coming in now. So about 2:28, the action starts. Okay, so let's have a little look and see what I can do there. I think I'm going to start with a little tense bass line that's going to come in. I might just use one note, maybe C. Okay, that is the rhythm there, and just use it for one bar. Maybe 2 bars, in fact. I'm just going to speed it up a little bit because I think it. You may even want to speed it up even more. Okay, so I've got a little idea there that I can start to build on, and I can edit that as we have done in the past. But that looks pretty good. I'm quite happy with that as an idea to begin with. Okay, so I might want to loop that. Okay, and make sure also, I forgot to say this, make sure you're adding in enough sections here. You might have it as subdivide it and add different sections for the different the different moods, changes in mood that you want to explore. So you might want to add a few sections in there so you can understand and see. And what you do is you swipe along and it takes you back to each section there. So you can have you can make the sections as long and short as you want. They don't have to be 8 bars each. But let's just pretend like I'm just sticking with this for the moment, okay? And by the end of this 8 bars, something dramatic is going to happen. I might start to add in an ethereal sound, maybe, on my synth. I might want to maybe use my diminished chord here. Okay, I might just take these a little bit. Okay, let's have a little look and see how that's going to sound now. Okay, so that's sounding interesting. It's just a sustained chord underneath, but you might have another ostinato pattern in the, or might have a little melody idea coming through in the strings. Kind of whet the appetite there. So we've got a diminished chord underneath here in the ethereal theme. We've got a little ostinato pattern. It's a very simple pattern that's repeating in the bass. You could have now kind of overkill for me a little bit. This I'm kind of regretting it, but you might want to explore it. It just gets a little bit too much, doesn't it? We can have a look and experiment, but I really want that theme to come out now. I quite like that idea that I've come up with. And you might even think actually that's a nice idea, but maybe it's not as dramatic as what we need it to be. Maybe it needs to be a little bit more dramatic, but maybe we haven't got to that point yet where the debris is flying all over the place. We might want to add in a little bit of a drum beat too, so let's just give that a bit of a whirl and experiment with that. Maybe a simple heartbeat. Okay, I just had experimenting with some ideas. Maybe a simple heartbeat on every beat, just to start the listener getting a bit agitated, a bit tense. What's happening? What's going to happen? It's very kind of like almost the heartbeat of the drum. Let's try that on every beat. And I was just experimenting there with some ideas. That might come in handy a little bit later on. So let's just have a little listen to that and see what we've got to go with. I haven't actually used that other idea, but I'm just trying to pick out ideas and just see how it flows at the moment. So I've got that little idea there in the strings. So that could be leading to something a bit more rhythmic. Dagga, 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 dagga. That could come into the drum beat part there. What I would say is let's play around a little bit with some of these effects. Okay, and we'll look at that in the next video.